Hi guys, my name's Emmanuel. Welcome to Movie Squad. Today we have a really special interview. We're gonna have the cast of Joe Riv with us today, and we have Daniel Rivera, who is the main actor. He's also the writer of this film, and he's also the producer. He's very known to wrestling fans as Danny Limelight, and besides being a New Yorker wrestler, he's also an actor, a humanitarian. He's also a wrestler, stuntman, veteran, and he's soon to be your favorite badass, Joe Riv. Also, we have with us today Loudmouf, a DJ and recording artist that appears on the movie Joe Riv, and you can hear his song Bob It on Joe Riv. Okay, so how's it going, guys? My name is Emmanuel. I'm from Movie Squad. This is my first interview in English. We produce most of our content in Spanish, but this was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. So today we have here with us Danny Limelight. He's a professional wrestler. He's on his way to possibly be all elite, which I hope it comes true. And we also have Loudmouth. He's a DJ. He's an artist. Both of them are artists, and so we're gonna talk today about short
Yes.
film Joe Riv. So it's give it up for the guys, Joe Riv. Yeah, let's go, guys.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at
So
that poster.
yeah, it looks pretty dope. I remember that I saw Danny's tweet, and he was like, "Who wants to me to be on the podcast?" And I was like, "Me, me, me." And so I wrote really quick, and now we're here. So thank you both of you guys for being here. Can I get like a few words from you about who you are to the people who may not know you? Let's start with Danny, and then we can go with Loudmouth.
Mi gente, you already know who it is. Soy Danny Limelight and Radioactive Papi. You can see me on AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, all over the independent scene, and more coming soon. I'm also an action actor, filmmaker, writer, and producer. And today we're here with the movie squad. Emmanuel, gracias por mi invitación.
Yeah.
We're here to promote Joe Riv, directed by Miko Sad. Soundtrack, some of the music came from this man right below me. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself. This is my boy, Loudmouth.
What's up? For the people who don't know me, my name is Loudmouth, formerly known as DJ Loudmouth. DJ, artist, producer, you name it, all around creative. Actor too, for only some.
Yeah.
You can catch my new song "Bop It" streaming on all platforms today, featuring DJ Drama and Kang Forever on all streaming platforms.
Yes, and Bop It is the first song that was added to the film. He came out, he was part of it, and I asked him, I said, I need you to send me some songs. There has to be something here that we can use that will fit this film. And in the opening scene, you'll hear this new song, Bop It, that just released today.
Awesome. So how do you guys know each other? Did you work on a project together before this, or did you meet doing Joe Riv?
So when I was in the Marine Corps, I was a drill instructor, right?
Yeah.
And one of my friends was his drill instructor. Loudmouth's also a Marine Corps veteran. And so when I made a post that I was looking for a DJ for the film, and his drill instructor called me and told me that he was a good candidate. So I hit him up. I sent him the information, and he was there. No questions asked.
Awesome. So it's real cool that you're a Marine Corps. I read about you before while I was preparing for the interview.
Yeah.
And so I ask you now, so how did you transition from being in the Marine Corps to wrestler to now action movie star? The intensity in training, the rigors of being, an intense character,
Yeah. Honestly, the Marine Corps prepared me for everything. It truly broke me down, built me back up, made me the best version of myself.
Yeah.
It instilled a discipline in me that's very hard to find, and the training that it put me through just prepared me to transition into wrestling and acting. That, that honor, courage, commitment, that those core values, that strength, that never say die attitude that I use in the ring and in acting now, especially when I'm doing my stunts and my action sequences.
Yeah. So, Loudmouth, since you were on the production, how did you feel on set? I know you said that you were like for a little time on set, or maybe in the scene, but how did you feel? Just being in the set doing your stuff.
For me, it's the same. I was DJing for a long time. I started 5 years ago in Japan overseas, so I'm so used to packed rooms, people throwing money at me, people requesting songs. Like it's something that's not out of the norm. If you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, I'm used to the nightlife that it's almost like a second nature. But it was fun. It was different. The most, I would say, like the strangest thing to get used to was like,
Yeah.
you know, like staying quiet on set. That was different. You know what I mean? Like being
Mm.
quiet on set while they were
Yeah.
recording. That was pretty dope. And just watching how everything was unfolding. I've never been in a movie before, so that
Yeah.
was pretty cool.
Yeah, so I bet it's gonna be pretty cool. I bet that maybe you did like "Hi, mom" on set, like and then the director's like, cut. Yeah, but it's so surreal. And so, okay, a question for you guys.
Yes.
So, what would you like to work next, if possible? Maybe a film together, or what are your thoughts? What would you like to do next in terms of maybe film or a TV show or something related, to the film industry?
Right. So I'm currently in the process of writing a full feature script for Joe Riv
Okay.
and a short film sequel for it. So we can
Okay.
go one of two routes. We could keep it as a short film series or pitch for a full feature film. So that's one of my goals. I'm working on another project with the director Miko Sad,
Yeah.
a horror film that I'll
Yeah.
be starring in. It's a full featured film as well. I'll be
Yeah.
starring in that. My daughter will be as well. And, just I have a couple scripts that I'm working on the side that's separate from Joe Riv, for a few short upcoming action films that I want to write
Yeah.
and shoot. So, and I have this one big idea that I'm going to write down, but I don't want to say because I want to picture it somewhere. But I got a lot
Yeah.
of things marinating in my brain on top of all the wrestling and stuff like that I got going on too. So what about you, Loudmouth?
I mean, I just want to transition more from the background scenes to more of the forefront scenes, and I'll see where that takes me. I really want to, I want to get in there. I want to get in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna pitch this to Danny. Let's see if it works out. So for the horror film, make Loudmouth like the first guy that gets killed, right? And maybe he says like a line or two, so at least people see your face, and it's Loudmouth, and you can be like, I open up the film.
They always remember the first black guy to die in the movie. They always
Yeah.
remember. We remember
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, and also, for the next maybe thing that you do with your rib, you can have Loudmouth as one of your like helpers, or like undercover characters. And
Yeah,
so
maybe.
you can actually develop Loudmouth maybe into a full-fledged character.
Loudmouth does survive, so maybe
Oh,
I need to come to him because he knows how to get to the guys.
ooh, that's
He
really
plays
good.
he plays at all the hot clubs, right? So he knows.
Yeah, you already know.
Yeah, it's running itself, man. You just pass me a shag.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's super cool that you guys are living the dream. You're working on the film industry. You both are minorities, and so you're getting the word out. And I just hope that from here on out, you guys can start to go on other bigger projects, and people start, contacting you, so you can grow and develop as entertainers, because that's what you are. You're artists, entertainers, and it's great to do that, for a living. So kudos to you guys on that.
Thank you.
So okay, so
So can we
can
roll
we-
the trailer?
let's
Trailer, let's go. Let's roll this trailer.
yeah, let's go. The Joe Rip trailer. There we go.
Joe Riv? Is that?
Who killed my sister?
I saw them bury you!
You have to go.
I'm sorry, you have to go now.
Aren't you fucking dead?
Hey.
Yeah, that's right, guys. That's right. And so it's not the same thing, being on set versus
Yeah.
watching, like
I think
the
it's weird. I think
Yeah.
it's so weird. I'm gonna be the first person to say it. I think it's so weird. Like I see the moment, but I see the moment differently than you see the moment. Like I see
Okay.
the moment and I'm like, oh man, I remember where I was when this was going down. And then like you see the moment and you're like, oh man, like it's different.
Yeah.
I love it
Awesome.
though. It's definitely odd.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know how like Danny, like do you ever like rewatch your film and like is it weird watching yourself? Like
Man.
it's
like-
weird.
It's like when I watch my wrestling matches, I'm like, holy shit, like I'm watching myself do it, and I'm like,
Yeah, it gotta be.
with this film, man, I watched the film already. Like, well, it was in my brain, and then it was in my fingers to the computer screen, and I was reading it and reading it and understanding my character and breaking the script down, breaking my character down. What does Joe eat? What does he smell like? What does he do when he showers? Like understanding who I am, helping everybody else understand everything, generating the fights, being there on set, casting everybody, doing the fights, teaching the fights, going over the fights, my lines, reading my lines, saying my lines, the acting portion of it, and then the editing portion, watching it over and over and over, fixing this, fixing that, working on this, working on that. No, recolor that. And I just want to, we talk about Miko Sad briefly, but just want to, send a shout out to Miko Sad, the director, because it was his vision behind that camera, He made sure he got the shots that he needed. We were blessed to have Nick Herms as the second unit director, who was basically shot all the fights. He directed the shooting of the fights. Okay. And he's a huge Hollywood legend. He's worked on films like Transformers, Three Kings, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, The Taxpayer, and now Joe Riv, on top of 100 that he has. And so, we had worked with some amazing people. When I watched myself, I'm like, man, I could have did this better. I could have did that, because I'm watching it from the critiquing standpoint. But when it was all said and done, edited, finally colored, finished, color graded, sound was done, and the trailer was made, Saif Al-Sharif, who's, a producer of the film, one of the producers of the film, Creative Lab 1Com on Instagram, Creative Lab 1Com. He put so much time and effort into editing this film and bringing it to what it is. I just want to thank him as well, because yes, it doesn't matter how badass I am and how good I am when I'm doing the stuff, but if Miko is directing it the right way, or Nick Herms isn't directing it the right way, and Safe isn't able to put the shots together, edit it, I won't look like as good as I looked in this trailer or in the film. So it's a team effort, team collaborative effort. I'm super thankful for them.
In terms of what you're saying about the camera, it reminds me a lot to wrestling. You can do a move, but if the cameraman doesn't, film it the way it needs to look, well, then it doesn't have the same impact,
Facts.
So it's the same thing. So how do you do your stunts, Danny?
Yes, my stunts, man. Honestly, bro, it kind of was easy because of wrestling, taking those bumps, those falls, ladders, chairs, tables, wrecks, all that stuff. Same feeling with stunt world. I'm taking falls, I'm taking bumps, I'm taking wrecks. Obviously, sometimes I wear protection on my back or my knee pads and elbows.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm taking a stair fall, or I'm, whatever the case may be. But the stunt team, what you can expect is the fact that because of my background in the Marine Corps, because of my wrestling background, because of my parkour background, that these fight sequences, the stunts you're gonna see, the hits that I do, the things that I take, man, are super intense, high pace. The fights are gonna keep you engaged, and working with someone like Nick Herms, having Nick Herms on set, he's a huge legend, tax collector, American Sniper, Beverly Hills Cop, like I said, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Transformers. Those are all big films with a lot of stunts, So he was able to come out for the rehearsals, look over the choreography that I was putting together. He was able to give me critiques, and he let us know ahead of time, like, yes, plan this now, but when you get to the set, it might be different. You might not have that much space. And luckily we had back plans, because we got there and there wasn't as much space as we were hoping for certain things. So on the fly, we're changing stuff and we're readapting and putting it together. And it's similar to a match. In the ring, things aren't always going to go the right way, and you just got to go on the fly and move with it. And so, same thing with the stunt world. Keep it going. Make sure the action is what the fans want. It's an action movie, so fans are paying to see the action.
Yeah, that's true. So Lama, maybe for the next film, you get to throw like a share or something, something a really crazy stunt that gets your name, Uh,
Boom. Loudmouth
I
gets
want
hit.
to throw one of my turntables, right, and I want to get like right in the middle of somebody's face, and then it's
yeah. Oh my God, what do you think about that, Danny? What do
like
you think
a
about that?
blade. Boof.
Yeah,
I think he thinks he's Kung Lao or something like that.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, Mortal Kombat, man, that's great. So yeah, it's super cool that you get to work with Nick Herms, and as you said, he's been in a lot of movies. He's a really famous guy in the circuit. So it's just amazing, man, that you're getting to work with all these legends like Nico. That I read that he has worked with Sir Anthony Hopkins, man.
Yes.
Like that's pretty, Lamov can also say, I work with a guy who worked with Sir Anthony Hopkins. So,
Yep.
yeah,
Or even
that's
Nick Herms. He had a scene with Angelina Jolie. They
ooh.
missed
but I
the
was this close. I was this close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're always one person away from somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I really love that quote. I really love that quote. Yeah. Stunts. Maybe
Yeah.
we can have Loudmouth have stunts in the next film. But we
Oh
can get
yeah.
a stuntman. We can get a stuntman,
Oh yeah. I want to put somebody in the thumb hole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real good.
I want to break
So
somebody's
what's gonna
thumb.
happen is, Loudmouth doesn't want to give me the information I need, and I threaten to break his fingers. That's how he makes his living.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what would be really good, but I know it has to do a lot with copyright. What if you could like put maybe a poster in one of the Joe Riv films and it's a Danny Limelight match?
That's what I was thinking too.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, and it's a
Danny
reference
Parallel
to,
universe.
yeah, and it's like Danny passes through the poster and he's like, that guy? Nah, and just keeps on walking, Yeah. So Loudmouth, let's give a hashtag, save Loudmouth or
Oh
so
yeah,
it
save
can-
loudmouth.
Yeah.
Definitely needs to be in the hashtag. Save
yeah.
loudmouth.
Yeah, so that's gonna be I think it's gonna be super cool when this Joe Rib gets produced into a bigger, stage. Yeah, there
Yes.
we have the hashtag. Thank you, Christina. And so,
I say
yeah, yeah.
Loudmouth for the sequel. We're gonna
Do you know?
start-
Do you know what's gonna be great? Loudmouth's gonna wake up one day and he's gonna see Save Loudmouth trending, and he's gonna be like, What's going on here?"
I'm gonna probably really think
So-
I'm kidnapped.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Danny, when can we see more of Joe Rib? Like, is it gonna have a distribution, for maybe a platform or something like that, or is it just gonna be in Vegas for now?
So the trailer dropped today, as everybody's seeing worldwide. It's streaming on YouTube. Just getting as many people's eyes on it. We've been accepted to the Action Film Festivals at the end of this month. The big Action Film Festival in Vegas. We're going to screen the film there and hopefully win some awards. But more importantly, get that experience and get those eyes on the team and what we did with this film, and see what comes next. And then after that's all done, and we get past the film festival stages, we're either gonna stream this on Amazon Prime or
Yeah.
Netflix or something, or we're not gonna stream it because we're getting picked up for a full feature film and I'll be going to work again.
Yeah, that's super cool. So, you're the writer of the film as well as the main star, and so I want to know how is Daniel Rivera, which is your real name,
Yes.
and Joe Rep. What are these similarities between you guys, and how does it have affected like filming? Your filming experience.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
asking the right question.
So basically, what I'm trying to get, you're trying to ask me like, there's some similarities between me and Joe Riv.
Yeah,
And, what made me create this story and how do I see it reflecting my life experience?
yeah,
Honestly, Joe Riv, the Riv part of Joe Riv is short for Rivera, my last
Yeah.
name. My
Okay.
sister in the film that's killed, her name is Ruby. That's my real life sister's name. Her name is Ruby.
okay,
Joe Riv, he's a operative. He was in special forces. He was in the military. He went to the CIA. That's the character's backstory through all that. I was in the military 10 years. The hand-to-hand combat, the armed versus unarmed manipulations, the weapon on weapon, knife on knife. They have weapons, I have nothing. Like all that training stuff came from my Marine Corps training, my Marine Corps background. There's a lot to it, but the inspiration was definitely derived from John Wick. Keanu Reeves and I share the same birthday, September 2nd.
Nice.
So I'm a huge action star fan. I love Keanu Reeves. The first film I ever saw in theaters that was rated R was The Matrix. So I got the inspiration from Joe Riv, for Joe Riv from John Wick. And we think of like action films, John Wick, Jason Bourne, Jason Statham, Jason Momoa. You think of all these super action films and action stars. It has that J. So I knew that I wanted my last name to be the sharp, crisp part, like a Wick, Bourne. So Riv was going to be the sharp part of it. And then I wanted a J name just to keep the trend. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And so I went with, Joe, because it's easy to say Joe.
I really like that fact that you're drawing so much inspiration from not only the things you have seen, but what you have lived. And it's interesting because maybe we can see a little bit more of that if there's a sequel, if there's a full length feature. That maybe your character at one point is watching a Matrix movie, like a scene or stuff like that. And
Easter eggs?
Easter egg. It's an Easter egg.
Easter eggs. Yeah.
So,
the film. So I'm a KIA operative, right? I was being killed in action. You could hear them saying you were burned for you've been dead 3 years. The film doesn't show that. It doesn't show how I was killed and why that. It just shows me coming back to avenge my sister's death. Now, if I get the full featured film, then we'd have the backstory, that will play through flashbacks and stuff like that. And then we have, for everybody that doesn't know this yet, it's going to be announced here live with you, Emmanuel, and Movie Squad. There is a post-credit scene, keeping in tune with the Marvel franchises, the way that people got to stay for after the credits to see the scene after the credits, which will transition either to the sequel short film or continue the story for the full featured film.
So that's your seats.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Like if the end credits scene, it says like Joe Riv will be back in, because Marvel started that trend.
Yeah, but I will say it doesn't say that. But there's a full scene that lets you know it's happening.
What other wrestlers do you draw inspiration from? For your career, both in terms of wrestling and for film.
So wrestling, Eddie Guerrero is like my huge.
Yeah, Viva la Raza.
Yeah, Viva la Raza. He's the GOAT. That's where the Papi and Radioactive Papi came from, was Eddie Guerrero.
Nice. Yeah.
And then The Rock was my favorite growing up. And obviously, when it comes to the films, The Rock started as a wrestler and became one of the biggest Hollywood blockbuster stars ever. He's currently the highest paid actor out there. So obviously, that transition, that inspiration comes straight from Dwayne Johnson. So I'd love to be in a film with The Rock, maybe a Hobbs and Shaw 2 or something.
Yeah, well, they start filming on the next Fast 10 Part 1 and 2 in January.
Fast 10, I could be in Fast 10.
Yeah.
My song might be in Fast 10.
Really?
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be pretty cool if both of you guys could appear maybe in Fast 10. Maybe you're like Loudmouf be the DJ again, but this time he has lines and and so Danny's like the one who has the info, and it will be pretty fun. So since we're approaching the closing statements, what do you think will be the biggest takeaway that the audience will have from seeing Joe Riv?
Man, that Danny Limelight is a bad mother.
Shut your mouth. Yeah. Yeah.
And I just want to take away the fact that, family is everything, because obviously I'm breaking my cover to come avenge my sister. So family is everything. That never say die attitude, persevere through everything. And just continue to spread awareness to who Danny Limelight is. Let everybody know not only am I a wrestler, I can also act and do my own stunts, write and produce. And just continue to set that example. People can look up to me and be like, man, this is Latino. He's a Puerto Rican. Mi gente.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Puerto Rican.
I can't remember the last actual Latino action star we had. So I want to be that for Latino culture.
Miles Morales.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Danny Limelight
Yeah.
for Morales. Danny
Yeah.
Limelight for Miguel O'Hara, 2099 Spider-Man. I'll take either one.
Ooh. Marvel, please cast him for Miguel O'Hara,
Marvel, give me a
please.
call, Marvel. Give
Yeah.
me a call, Marvel.
Awesome, man. Yeah, so Loudmouth, same question. What do you think will be the biggest takeaway from the audience?
Oh man, like
Bop it, bop it, bop it, bop
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
definitely the
Yeah.
song, the soundtrack, crazy. But I think it highlights all of, like I said, Danny's amazing features, and like you said, family, and just like the never die mentality, the grit of fighting for something that you love. You know what I mean? Like being in the trenches. So like, I definitely think the fans are gonna want that. I think they're gonna want it, and I think that when they see it, like what they say, like you never know what you need until it's there. You know what I mean? Like I think this is what they need. You know what I mean? Like this is what they need. They don't know they want it, but they need it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Facts.
Yeah, so thank you very much, guys. So now I wanna say share a big moment with you. So Movie Squad has reached 29K likes on Facebook. So thank you very much for being part of that with this interview. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. That's true. Yeah, bob it. That's true.
Wait, Loudmouth, play the song. Loudmouth, play the song real quick.
Yeah.
Oh man, let me get it.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody is following Danny Limelight on Twitter and Instagram at Danny Limelight. Yeah. Make sure you following Loudmouth at ITZ Loudmouth LOUDMOUF. His single Bop It is out now on all streaming platforms. Movie Squad just hit 29,000.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys.
Hey yo, what up, Mr. Roy, Mr. Thanksgiving, DJ Shout-out, stand up. You know I'm rocking with my guy. He goes by the name of Loudmouth. This is Buck. Oh my God, pay attention. She fell in love with a young nigga, pockets zipped up.
Yeah, you're welcome. So this has been super cool. Thank you very much, guys. So now, how about Danny? You take us off with your quote, your mi gente.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mi gente. You already know who it is. It's the radioactive Poppy, Danny Limelight, aka Joe Riv, dropping soon. Trailer out now. Make sure that every week you turn it into Movie Squad.